Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna do a little bit of an experiment. So this all started because I wanted to buy this dress that I fell in love with, and it kept showing up on my Facebook feed. You know how it is, like they keep on your ads showing you things that they know you're gonna like because they actually read your thoughts and put everything on the advertisements on your social media. So as you've seen already from the thumbnail and from the title, these are the dresses that I have got, and they're very much similar. This is the one I got from Zaful. It smells very nice. And this is the one, sorry about that, and this is the one I got from Pretty Little Thing. Also smells nice. They both smell nice. I have a thing with smells, I'm sorry. And I saw this one first. I saw this on my Facebook and it looked quite nice, but Zaful is not necessarily the best material wise. It's a bit sketchy, it's a bit of a hit and miss as well. So I did prefer to spend a slightly bigger amount of money and have a better dress. So I went to look for it and I found the one which hopefully it's the original one, and I found it at Pretty Little Thing. Now, straight at the picture, I could tell that there was differences. You could tell that they were gonna be made of different materials, but the fit looked mostly the same. The print looked mostly the same. So it got me very intrigued to see how they would look like in real life. So I'm gonna talk a bit about the Zaful first, since it's the one that I first saw and it's the cheaper one as well, and then we can compare it to the Pretty Little Thing. The Zaful one cost me $17.98. The fabric is 95% polyester, 5% spandex. You can feel that it's very like swimsuit material. It feels very comfortable. It's a size 6. It feels very comfortable. It feels like you could walk around the house with it, to be fair, because it is quite comfortable. The print is cute, it's nice. But because it's such a swimsuit material and because the back of it is wide, when it stretches a bit, you can see the kind of white background, if you know what I mean. Like the print gets very distorted and you can see the white. Well, I wouldn't say very distorted, it gets a bit distorted, but for me the most off-putting thing is that you can see the white, so it looks very cheap. I think it looks cheaper than it was. So again, $17.98. I think it does look cheaper because you can see the white of the print, and as well on the bottom, this ruffle, because it has the white, you can kind of see the white, and it does make it look very cheap because you can see the white of the backing of it. I think if it was at least a darker color, if it was, for example, a dark red or a dark brown, I think it wouldn't be as noticeable, and I think it would look a lot more expensive. I don't know, even if it is not expensive, but it would look a lot nicer if the backing was a darker color and not just white. That makes it look a bit cheap. The ruching works just fine. Like you can pull it up, you can pull it down, and it works fine. When you put it on, it does look a bit strange. I'm going to insert a b-roll of me trying it out. When you put it on, it does not fit perfectly. Like it fits fine, but I feel like you would have to have a specific body type to pull this off. I'm like a stick, so I don't know if I can pull this off. It's just, it has a bit of a weird ruching in some, I don't know why I say ruching like that, but it has a bit of a weird ruching in certain places, and also the cleavage as well. I think it's too high up, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a lot more comfortable when I'm not completely exposed like that, but I think in this case it's slightly too high, and it kind of looks like you're, I don't know how to say it, but it looks like you're trying to be a little bit too conservative for what it is, which is supposed to be a sexy dress, and I think you're looking a bit too conservative with it. You're just like, oh, I want to hide my precious assets, you know, God forbid that I show anything to the world, you know. Like, I don't know, it gives me a little bit of that impression of I have to cover up instead of being a nice, elegant cleavage. So I wasn't about that lifestyle either. All in all, I mean, it is nice. It does look a bit cheaper than the price, which I don't like. I would like it to look price-wise, or you know, ideally you would want it to look more expensive than it was, but at least that it would look how much I paid for it. This looks like I paid £10 of Primark. I don't know, not dissing Primark, I love Primark, but you know what I mean, like for almost £20 for $17.98, I was expecting something, you know, I don't know what I was expecting, but not this. But it's not bad dress, just it's a bit more expensive than what it is, I would say. Now the Pretty Little Thing one. The Pretty Little Thing one is such a, like, try to say Pretty Little Thing like 5 times really fast. It's hard. It's hard. Like, I'm trying, but I keep stuttering myself. It's bad. But it's 95% polyester and 5% elastane, so the fabric is different. This is more of a mesh, and it has a slip underneath. I couldn't remember the name, but it has a slip underneath. So it has some fabric inside, so it's not completely see-through. The fabric inside is black, so even with the mesh, you're not seeing white underneath, you're seeing black. And I think the print looks a lot neater, it looks a lot nicer, it looks a lot more expensive because it has a dark backing instead of just white. If they had done the same with the Zaful one and just put a white backing, it would look so much worse. Because it's a mesh, it doesn't have as much stretch as the Zaful one, which is actually good in this case because it does not deform the print. The print stays the same. It just looks a lot more expensive, and it wasn't that much more expensive. This, I had the like 20% discount, and it was, with shipping, it was $19.99, so it was just like, what, £2 more, and this looks a lot more expensive than that one just for the £2 difference. Like, yes, straight away, if I had to tell you, go with a Pretty Little Thing one if you have to choose one, because the quality is a lot better for just a fraction of the price. And I think it's always better that you get like less things but have a better quality than to get a lot of things at a not so good quality. Like, if you guys are regulars on my channel, you know that I'm trying to become a minimalist, and I'm trying to invest more in quality instead of quantity. Obviously, Pretty Little Thing is still fast fashion. It's still not great quality, but if you do have to buy something like that, and if you do like something, if you know that you're gonna get a lot of use out of it, do it, but try to get something with a bit more quality. But that's a whole another video. I did a video about the privileges of minimalism. You can go and check that out. But yeah, fast fashion can be an alternative if you cannot afford the more expensive brands. Anyways, let's talk about this dress in particular, because I feel like I've ranted way too much already. This was a size 8. I couldn't find the size 6. Sorry, but my hair is just, something is going on. I couldn't find a size 6, so I got the size 8. But funnily enough, this dress looks tighter on me than the Zaful, which is a size 6. This looks smaller, I don't know what that was, than the Zaful one. It just looks nicer, not gonna lie. Like, the ruching, I think because of the fabric, it's not as stretchy, so everything just kind of like stays there. And girls, you know what I mean, like, it just stays there, and it just gives such a flattering shape. The ruching, I don't know if it's because of the fit or from the fabric, but the ruching is also on places where it looks a bit more flattering than the Zaful one. This ruching works perfectly fine as well as the other one, no problems here. And the bottom, because it's mesh, it doesn't have the problem that the Zaful one had, that you could see the backing and it looked cheapish. Because it's mesh, you know, you barely see it, it's there, but it's not overpowering, and it's not like your eyes just don't go drawn into it. It just looks a lot cleaner and a lot more expensive. As for the seams, I didn't mention the seams on the Zaful one, I'll mention them now. I didn't see any difference in seams. I think they're all actually quite well finished on the Zaful one. I don't see any loose threads, I don't see any like unsewn threads. I don't know how to explain, but I think all the seams are quite well finished, as well as this one. They're all quite nice. It's a shame because I think it's only the material that it's bad on the Zaful one. I think the fit, you can get away with it. I think the seams are good, but it's just the material that really pushes the value of the dress down, if that's a thing. Actually, you know what? I was mentioning the seams, and on this one you can tell, I hope you can see it on camera. Let me see if I can like show it. Like, probably here I can show it. Like, I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of threads like going wild here on the side. But still, that's fine. I think I could just cut the threads and I'll be fine. But I think this one, material wise and fit wise, is a lot better. So yeah, £2. Sometimes cheap is not worth it, guys. Just for £2 difference, and the dress fits so much better. Also, it was my first time shopping from this shop, and I might do it again, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a lot more worth it to spend a bit more and get something with a little bit more quality. So next thing that I've noticed with these dresses is when I got this print, when I got this dress, the print is a lot bigger. Like for example, on this dress you can fit 3 naked ladies, and on this dress you can fit like 10 of them. You can fit a lot of naked ladies here, which if you like naked ladies, you know, I might want to go with this one because it has a lot more naked ladies on this one. But I think this one, the print looks a lot nicer. It's a lot bigger, so it doesn't feel very overpowering because there's not a lot of print going on. It's a lot cleaner. And there was another thing that I noticed, which I found it very, very funny. And actually I only noticed it after I got them, which was that this is an uncensored version. Like you can clearly see her bosoms uncensored, while I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Am I gonna get demonetized for this? Like it's not actually boobies, so I don't know. I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Anyways, this print is uncensored, and this, you can clearly see that she has a piece of fabric covering her nether regions. So the Zaful, which is funny to me that the Zaful was a censored version of the print. I don't know, I found that hilarious that I have one censored and one not. I mean, do with that what you want, you know, like think what you will, but anyways. I think that for £2 difference, I think this one is a lot more worth it to get. I'm sorry if it's getting very, very dark. The sun is already setting because I've been talking for way too long. I thought it was a fun experiment. I am definitely gonna return this one. I do not wish to keep both of them, obviously, but I'm gonna try and return the Zaful one because I feel like it's not as nice. Also gonna be talking about the packaging, like how cute this packaging is with the unicorns. But am I holding it upside down? Like I found it super adorable, and it's 100% recyclable. Loving it. The Zaful one is just a simple gray one, like the ones you buy stuff from eBay, to be fair. That's kind of what it reminded me. And then the pretty little thing comes with a plastic bag like that, which is recyclable as well, while the Zaful one comes with this packet, which I think it looks like kind of more elegant wise, but I think it wouldn't be as easily recyclable. So I kind of prefer this, that I could just recycle and be done with it, than to just, I'm not gonna keep the bag, am I? So I think it's better something that I can recycle than to have a nice packaging. And yeah, I just thought it was like a small little interesting detail. I'm gonna try and wrap this video quickly because it's gotten super dark. I thought the sun was setting, but no, it's just the clouds has made this space so dark. So I'm gonna try and wrap this up quickly for you guys. But yeah, my stance on these things is to always go for quality instead of quantity. And obviously if you have seen my minimalism playlist, you know what I'm talking about, that it's always better to have less things, but things that you're gonna get a lot of use out of, to try and shop responsible and not get a lot of fast fashion. But if you do want to get fast fashion, I have a cobweb somewhere. But if you do want to get fast fashion, do it responsibly and things that you're actually gonna get a lot of use out of. But yeah, that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was something a little bit different than I usually do, simply because I don't usually do reviews of clothing. I do hauls, but I never did like reviews of clothing. But I thought it was something interesting that I never done before. And also I really like this dress. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know which one was your favorite one, and if you have seen situations like this where you can see two different brands that have the same piece of clothing or something very similar. And I don't mean just knockoffs, like obviously the Chanel knockoffs and stuff like that, but pieces that, you know, are very similar from different brands. Just let me know and I can try and review them here on this channel. As always, put a like on it as well, subscribe if you're not already. Let's be friends, and that's it. See you in the next video. Bye.